Hey, good morning, trade geniuses. This is Bob, and I want to talk about the latest version of the moneymaker that Phil made available, and I just want to show you how I'm going to use it and the settings that I have to trade the stocks, ETFs, and also the futures. So, for me, um, I'm going to use one setting, and then I'm going to use a separate moneymaker to show you how to manage buying dips or selling rips. So let's get into it here. So I'll show you on stocks ETFs, working on the 4 hour now, and the settings are a little bit different than Phil's. So pay attention. Is the length is 3? Phil has 100 in his. Okay, so I'm working off a different look back for my calculation. Okay, deviation, you can set it to whatever you want, 2, 3, whatever. It doesn't affect the calc from my point of view. I have the LR filter off. The trigger line is 1, and then I have the buy length of 4, and then I do 15, 20, and the sell length is 4, and I do 85, 85. And the reason why I'm not working off a trigger is because my look back's so small that I'm just able to catch the moves I want to catch. So let me just show you an example here. So here's Mag Silver. You got a buy signal here on beginning of July, and you had a sell signal right away, and then you're like, okay, now what do I do? And so if you have a stock that's trending up, as you see here, 0.82, anything above a 0.5 is considered a trend, either trending up or trending down. If it's less than 0.5 to 0, it's pretty much a non-trending market or a chop. And so what I did was I created a second money maker, because the question I always get when trading is, when do I get back in if I get stopped out? And this is the best way to buy the dip, is that you go ahead and set up a separate money maker and use the length of 3, same trigger line, your buy length is 6, and using the 40 and a 40, and your sell length is 3, and using the 70 and the 70. And what you're doing here is that you're shrinking in the relative strength move, so that when something trends, you're not going to get the, if it's trending up, you're not going to get the buy signal because it's already considered embedded. So what you want it to do is to dip enough to trigger another buy alert, and that's all it is in a nutshell. In addition to that, there's different ways you can manage these signals too. So when you get a buy signal, you can wait until a moving average confirms. I have an 18 and 65 up here. Those work pretty well. And a lot of cases, if you get a buy signal and your 65 is running, is that you can use that as an exit area if you desire. Or you do what I do here, is that you have this sell signal, and then once you get a buy signal again on the secondary, and this is the secondary indicator. Okay, so I have it as blue, and then so what it does is you buy it again, and you stay in the trade till you get your primary signal to sell again. And I'll show you AG, show you just how this works. AG the same way. You had your buy signal here at the end of May. You got a sell signal, then you got another buy signal on the secondary. You got a sell signal, then you got another buy signal here on the secondary, and you're running in that trade and you sold here. This is a very good way to buy the dips. And then where it really doesn't work is that when you have a flat market, and there you just simply have to trade. You simply have to trade the linear regression lines. Okay, you get a sense for the flow here. You can see where relative strength is building. You can see where relative strength is falling off. And, whenever you get to a market that's non-trending, if you get a 2 standard deviation move, you want to take profit. If you get a 2 standard deviation move or a 3 standard deviation move, you want to buy. So that's how it works with the stock ETF. And then I showed on a public video yesterday the futures, and I'll show you that here as well. You have SPX USD, and works the same way. So one thing you have to bear in mind when trading the futures, or if you even use this to trade Nadex, when the market is in the Asia market time frame, it's typically you're not going to trade it. It may get more interesting as China wiggles more, but you can see the secondaries were hitting going into the evening, and then right around 9 p.m. my time, they gave a primary sell, and they came down. You want to be most interested in, especially those who aren't in the United States. If you're in Europe or you're in Australia, you always want to look for that trade right around 11 p.m. Pacific time, 2 a.m. East Coast time, and a lot of times that'll set the stage for a move. In here, they just jammed it like they did the other day too, right up almost to the open. We got to a two standard deviation move, and then you've got a cluster of sell signals. You should have took this short. You could take a short with a Nadex trade. You could take a short with as the market opened. You could have bought some SPY puts, or you could have just gone ahead and traded the futures. And this thing just dumped all the way down to here. One of the things Phil put into the signal is an ability to see a waterfall, and for us not to do too many counter trend moves higher as it's failing. And that's what this orange dot is for. That's the additional signal that Phil put into the trade. I'll show that to you here. See right here, this is a signal that says, hey, the waterfall has concluded. Excuse me. So that's the trade here, and then look, you got a buy signal right into Europe close. It was classic, two standard deviations down. You got to take that trade. It ran into here. You got a sell signal here, and you probably should have been done for the day. But if you're a tradeaholic, you got another buy here. But then everything was winding so tight on a Friday afternoon that it would be hard to measure. Now you have an option. When you get toward the end of the day, you could always flip this down to a 5-minute if you want to trade the last hour. Okay, so that's how you do. You step down if you want to get a little bit more granularity, but make sure for sure if you're stepping down in time that you're looking farther out on the edges of the channel to take your trades. Don't get caught into the chop zone. And that's it in a nutshell. This thing should work very well for you. We're still messing around with maybe one or two more tweaks on this, but we got it pretty much where we like it. These are the things that Phil and I have done intuitively for years, and we're just trying to bake everything we can into these systems so that we leave less and less to chance. I think a lot of times people worry, and me too, when you're trading, you're like, oh, is that really a reversal? Well, now the system's telling you and helping you see it, and you just take that trade. So I hope that was helpful, and we'll be putting out some more videos over the weekend. If you're new with us, please make sure that if you're TradingView, get us your TradingView name so we can get you the signal. This is available to you if you bought the bundle that the signal comes with, and I think you'll like it a lot. And then once you do this, you can trade whatever the heck you want. So, I only follow 20 or 30 names. If there's other things that you like to chase, please do so. And the other thing too on the futures is that this is optimized for the oil, gold, and the ES and Nasdaq as well, and Russell. So it's the ones that have a lot of volume, and it doesn't work so well with natural gas because that's such a chop fest. So I'll take a look at it at some point because natural gas may get interesting again this fall. But I mean, look how smooth this is for gold. Buy, close the trade, sell, close the trade. If you wanted to go long, you could have went long. Sell again, it's trending down. Sell again, it's trending down. So just trade with the trend, but it's a pretty flat market, so you could have probably went both ways. But the 15-minute was fine, and then here's U.S. oil. U.S. oil, same difference. Here, let me turn this off. It's trending down, so you're looking for every opportunity you can to short this thing. I mean, if you'd have caught this short here, you'd have bought it somewhere around in here, about 56.30, right when the market opened, and you would have had a $2,000 profit move down into your first buy signal, and not too shabby. And you would have missed all the potential counter trends, but that was one nasty candle here. And it turned out to be a very profitable trade for those who took it. And here it just took the mystery away. 3 standard deviation sell signal. I mean, that's like backing up the Brinks truck. So those are the kind of things you look for, and then you're done. Don't overtrade. You know, here's a week's worth of money if you're trying to make $100,000 a year. Okay, so I hope this helps. Put the comments in. I'm leaving this private. It's just for us trade geniusers, and then let me know how we can fix and refine and make this thing better and better. But you can play around with it yourself. So these are all custom. These are all custom user defined. So if you wanna change these things, you wanna use the filter, you wanna use a longer look back, you wanna have, I only want to get the absolute extremes of relative strength, absolute extremes on where it is in the channel. All those things are available to you, so you can play to your heart's content. But make sure you save this template as a template. You can do it right here, and then you have it available to you in case you forget what you did, so you don't have to come back and refer to the video. But I think you'll find it extremely profitable. So good trading, guys, and I'll catch you guys in the room this week. Bye bye.